Hold up.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Start off quickly with some sports. Now, Caitlin Clark announced she will miss the rest of the WNBA season. Now, this is due to injuries, so she's going to miss the season. Angel Reese, she got a one-game
The season almost over now. I think they start the playoffs in about a week or two.
Now, Angel Reese, she got a one-game suspension by the WNBA. That's for picking up her 8th technical foul.
Shoot, the season almost over.
Yeah.
How many more games they got left? One?
Speaking of season over, the Cowboys lost last night. The Philadelphia Eagles beat them 24-20.
How does that mean the season is over, sir? You act like the Giants not going to be 0-1 after Sunday when they play the Redskins.
I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about you right now.
I just want you to realize your hypocrisy because you're gonna have to deal with this on Sunday.
We're winning Sunday.
That's what you believe?
I believe that.
Okay.
Who do your team play Sunday, Andy?
Huh? The Redskins?
Oh, okay.
The Giants and Cowboys will be looking up at the Eagles and the Redskins in the NFC East all year long.
We're winning. And what's the brother's name that got suspended yesterday? He got kicked out the game?
Jalen Carter?
Jalen Carter, yeah. Jalen Carter, who plays.
I went to bed after the delay. Once the delay happened, I went to sleep. I'm like, I'm too old to be staying up. They said they wanted. When did the game even start back?
Like 11:30.
Come on, man. Nobody got time.
Now, this is the crazy thing about it. Jalen Carter, he was ejected for spitting on Dak Prescott right before the first snap. It was crazy. He spit on him. He thought Dak Prescott was spitting on him. Dak Prescott said, no, I spit on the floor, and the gentleman spit on him, and he was kicked out the game. Now, there was a delay yesterday because of thunderstorms. I woke back up at 11:30. It said 8 minutes left, and I was like, what? This is a long-ass game. I went right back to sleep. But, morning, Mimi.
Good morning, y'all. All right, so we're going to start on Capitol Hill this morning where Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. faced a contentious Senate hearing going head-to-head with lawmakers over vaccine policies, recent CDC shakeups, and the administration's broader approach to public health. Now, senators, they grilled Kennedy on vaccine safety, federal health guidelines, and his leadership changes at the CDC. The exchanges, they grew pretty heated with lawmakers accusing him of undermining public trust, while others defended his effort to increase transparency and reshape the federal health policies. Among the toughest critics, though, was Senator Raphael Warnock of Georgia, who represents the state where the CDC is headquarters. Warnock slammed Kennedy, calling him the biggest threat to the health of the American people. Let's listen to that exchange.
Despite your lack of credentials and expertise, clearly you have an agenda. It is a threat to the public health of the American people. It's clear that you are carrying out your extremist beliefs, which is why you attempted to fire Dr. Manara.
Sir,
I'm not.
We're the sickest people on earth.
I'm speaking.
How am I a threat?
Secretary Kennedy, for the first time, we're seeing deaths from children from measles. We haven't seen that in 2 decades. We're seeing that under your watch. You are a hazard to the health of the American people.
Damn.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Now, that went on for about 3 hours. Kennedy defended his leadership while pushing back against senators who accused him of spreading misinformation and undermining the CDC's credibility. And he argued that his reforms are designed to restore trust and give Americans facts and not politics. And moving on to the latest in the job numbers, there are new numbers out this morning from the government's JOLTS report. That's the Jobs Opening and Labor Turnover Survey. They show the job market is slowing down for the first time since the pandemic. There are more people looking for work than there are jobs available. Nearly 7.23 million Americans are unemployed. That's compared to 7.18 million job openings. That's the lowest level we've seen since December of 2020. And when you add in another 1.7 million people who are, quote, discouraged workers, that's people who want a job but have stopped looking, that's nearly 9 million Americans that are effectively out of work. So when asked about these numbers yesterday in the White House, this is what President Trump had to say.
The real numbers that I'm talking about are going to be whatever it is, but will be in a year from now when these monstrous, huge, beautiful places, they're palaces of genius. And when they start opening up, you're seeing, I think you'll see job numbers that are going to be absolutely incredible. Right now, it's a lot of construction numbers, but you're going to see job numbers like our country has never seen before. Thank you very much.
How do you come up with the numbers of like that, though, right? Like, who does? Is that like some type of census? How do we know the percentage of discouraged workers?
Well, see, Jess, I'm glad you asked that question because, see, the president just fired the person who is in charge of keeping track of those numbers because he didn't like the report. So there was a weak July report, so they fired him, and then here come the August numbers, which are even worse. And so, Trump is saying, oh, the numbers are going to come out next week, but next year, trust those numbers. But economists are warning that literally if we have no one in charge of overseeing those numbers, how are we going to know that we can trust the numbers that are going to even come out as we continue to see the job market slow down? So,
And another question I ask when they say more Americans are seeking work than jobs available, like what kind of work? What kind of jobs?
well, I'm glad you asked that question too, Charlamagne, because they're saying that there are more part-time jobs available. So when you hear jobs, they're like a lot of the job growth has stalled, but more people are getting part-time jobs than full-time jobs because there's just really no full-time jobs available. So the numbers in itself are misleading because people are underemployed, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
And even with the RFK Jr. thing, I want to go back real quick. I blame America.
For what?
Because they should make it to where you have to have a certain level of credentials and expertise to hold these positions.
Oh, absolutely. It only makes sense.
You're talking about some of the highest positions in the land. Shouldn't you have some type of level of credentials and expertise? When we're talking about all these other jobs,
yes,
you have to put your resume down. You have to put down what it is you've done in order to even get some of these part-time jobs Mimi was just talking about. So why shouldn't it be like that for these full-time jobs and these high-level positions in government? You should have some type of credentials and expertise.
Well, that's why when you have a president that's not necessarily accredited, right?
But that's my point. That's why I blame America. America should make it to where you have to have a certain level of credentials and expertise to hold these high positions in government.
Well, you should run for president and change the rules.
I don't have no credentials.
Somebody
and
always
expertise.
tell me that. He'd be like, I would never do that.
Well, thank you, Mimi.
You know why?
Why?
Because the bar is low because of Trump. That's actually an insult when people be like, you know what, you should run for president. I'm not a qualified person. They're only saying that because the bar is in hell.
Pretty
But they obviously
pretty
see
much.
you to be smarter than the current president.
That's not a flex.
I know it's not a flex. For the president, it's not a flex.
All right.
All right, y'all. Well, coming up at 7, there's a surprising new health warning tied to your phone and the bathroom. We're going to tell you what researchers found, and we'll talk about that next hour.
Hemorrhoids. All right, we'll get into that next hour. Everybody else, get it off your chest.
Mascotting something about some ass, yo. What are you talking about? Hemorrhoids?
Yeah, for what?
Like,
Like, that doesn't make no sense.
800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get into front page news. Start off with some quick sports. Now, yesterday they announced that Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr. are set to fight an exhibition boxing match in 2026.
Just silly, man.
Y'all excited?
What?
Y'all want to see it?
No, that's just. I mean, it's just silly.
hell no, yo. What?
Yeah. Well, make your money.
The Tyson and Jake Paul fight wasn't even good like that.
Nope. You know why? The reason I don't be excited for these fights because we know that they're not going out there to actually fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the point.
So they be charging us these crazy amounts to watch these fights where they not really even banging on each other. If they was actually going out there to bang on each other, I'd be like, okay, I'll watch. But they're not doing that.
No.
It's just a money grab.
That's all it is.
Using their name to get some money.
Now, also, Caitlin Clark announced she'll miss the rest of the WNBA season due to injuries. Angel Reese was handed a one-game suspension for picking up her 8th technical foul. And yesterday, the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Cowboys 24-20. Jalen Carter was ejected for spitting on Dak Prescott right before the first snap of the NFL
hell
season.
no.
Yeah, so he was ejected from the game.
It wasn't that really bad of a spit, though.
Yes, it was.
And then they were saying that Dak spit on him first. I don't know. I'm a Cowboy fan, so I ain't see Dak do nothing. But
Dak said he spit on the floor. He didn't hit him, and then the guy actually spit on Dak.
It's crazy, though, because I've seen NFL players slap each other upside the head, grab each other, slam each other to the ground. I know you get ejected for spitting.
For
Spit-
spit, do
spit
you
just
not
seems
know
nasty.
what?
Yeah,
Let
spitting just
anybody
nasty.
spit on you anywhere in life in any industry?
Sure, I'm with you, but I've seen NFL players do worse, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But it's like they don't. I'm like that. I ain't know you get ejected for that.
Yeah, we haven't really seen it before, right? We haven't really seen nobody spit on somebody. That's just disgusting and
that is
nasty.
disgusting. Like that's coming from the back of your throat.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that.
What's up, Mimi?
All right, y'all. So the legal battle over the alligator Alcatraz detention center in the Florida Everglades, it's far from over. But for now, a judge says it will stay open. A federal appeals court temporarily blocked a judge's order requiring Florida and the federal government to shut the controversial site down. Now, the facility, it's faced backlash for harsh conditions and environmental concerns, but Thursday's ruling gives Florida the green light to keep it running while the case plays out. And while the fight over alligator Alcatraz continues, the Trump administration, they opened a new migrant detention center this week in Louisiana. It's called Camp 57. It's inside the Louisiana State Penitentiary, also known as Angola. And the facility will house more than 400 undocumented migrants convicted of serious crimes. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry, he says Camp 57 is designed for maximum security and the location plays a role. Let's listen to what he had to say about the location.
Angola is the largest maximum security prison in the country, with 18,000 acres bordered by the Mississippi River, swamps filled with alligators, and forests filled with bears.
So this facility has been closed for 30 years, but it was renovated in just 30 days. It's now fully operational. Homeland Security, they are calling this a historic partnership between them, the Homeland Security and the state of Louisiana. But advocates, immigration advocates specifically, are warning that rapid extension of these detention centers, they raise concerns about condition and oversight. And so speaking of, rolling into different oversight, we'll talk about the OpenAI. They're rolling out new safety measures. They're aimed at protecting teenagers who use ChatGPT, giving parents more control and better tools to keep their kids safe online. So for the first time, parents will be able to link their accounts with their teens, set up age-appropriate rules, and even manage features like chat history and memory settings. The goal is more oversight, more transparency when kids are interacting with AI. One of the biggest changes and the most talked about is a new systems that will alert parents if ChatGPT detects that a teen might be in acute emotional stress. This is the first time that AI will proactively flag potentially high-risk moments to an adult, something experts say could be critical in preventing harm. Now, these new safety measures come as OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, faces growing scrutiny following the tragic death of 16-year-old Adam Rain in California. Adam's parents, they filed a wrongful death lawsuit claiming that ChatGPT gave harmful advice when he expressed suicidal thoughts. Now, the tragedy, it sparked nationwide concerns and increased pressure on OpenAI to add stronger safeguards and better protections for teenagers. And I know you all have children and everyone's using ChatGPT now. Does this sound like it will be a little safer for kids to use nowadays?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so, yeah.
I hope so that way you can see what your kids are doing. So, yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing is just monitoring what your kids are doing, man. Like, we're acting like these new advancements in technology are different than anything that we grew up on. Like, when we had television, cable television, our parents monitored what we were watching. It should be the same thing with this. You should monitor what your kids are doing on social media.
Absolutely.
Or on ChatGPT, AI, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. And Mimi, remember yesterday you was telling us about the Amazon Prime stuff?
Yes.
Girl, why after you told me that, somebody hacked into my account and ordered a whole virtual reality thing. And I thought it was my son, but it wasn't. So whatever they did, it probably created glitches. So I know I'm not the only one that went through that. Like, people was buying stuff with, from my account, but they wasn't using my card. They was using a gift card. It's a glitch, right, that's happening where you can hack into somebody's account and you can get a refund for stuff that they recently purchased and put it on an Amazon gift card and reuse it. And that's what somebody did.
So did you call Amazon and get that straight, or what happened?
Definitely, I did. They said it's under investigation. I'm back into my account. They just said it probably is a glitch. But they didn't confirm that. I didn't see any headlines anywhere. But that happened as soon as you said it yesterday.
But that's, password sharing. I guess that's why they're, cracking down on a lot of that thing right now. Yeah. So good, we did that yesterday. Yeah. And speaking of our relationship with technology, we were just talking about the earlier story with ChatGPT. Let's talk about another habit that most of us have but rarely admit to. It's called bathroom scrolling. That's when you take your phone to the bathroom and you end up deep diving through social media, emails while you're on the toilet. So,
girl, yes, and your feet will fall asleep and you will sit there oh my God, why did I just do this?
Right, like Envy, Charlamagne, do y'all do that? Take your phone in the bathroom and just lose track of time? Because that's a thing.
No.
I do.
Well, if you don't, you're lucky, because most researchers found that most people do that, and it is bad for your health. They looked at 125 adults and found that 2/3 admitted to using their phone in the bathroom, mostly for social media, emails, and checking up on the news. But here's the issue. People who bring their phones with them into the bathroom were 46% more likely to have hemorrhoids than those who didn't.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Doctors say the real issue is about how long you sit. So if you stay too long, that puts extra strain on your body, and smartphones make it worse because it keeps you there. You lose track of time. And so they say there's also, I don't know if y'all thought of this, the germ factor. Flushing sends tiny particles into the air, and it ends up on your phone.
Yo, how about this, Mimi? How about you go in there, you go in the bathroom with your phone. You do a number, you do a number 2. You wipe your ass. Then you pick your phone up and then go wash your hands. Now you got E. coli all over your phone. I've been thought of, like why? I don't understand. That's common sense. Like, that makes no sense to me. Why people do that?
I don't know, because a lot of people are doing it. They say actually they thought it was just the younger generation, but now they're seeing it more in people in their 40s and their 50s. So they have no excuse, because they're doing it a lot
when I
more.
be in the bathroom up there at our, I will be on my phone in the store right on the toilet, and I hear somebody right next to me flush the toilet, but I don't hear the sink. What you doing?
Well, because that's because the sink is outside the toilet.
No. Oh, so you can't hear the sink? Outside the stall?
You should be able to hear the sink.
What do you mean? After you
they just leave the bathroom. That she don't
that's
wash their
different.
hands.
Yeah. She said on the toilet, then the sink. You mean after they leave the toilet?
No, I said I'll be on the toilet and I hear somebody next to me on another toilet, and I will hear them flush the toilet, but I don't hear the sink when they come out.
Yeah,
exactly.
I knew what you were saying, Jess.
Yeah.
I got you.
But they're saying, Mimi, that you're supposed to only stay on the toilet 5 minutes. 5 minutes is the longest.
That's a 5-minute rule. Thank you, MB. 5-minute rule. The 5-minute rule is this: if nothing happens, get up and try again later. If the magic doesn't happen in 5 minutes, doctors say it is just not going to happen. So
yeah, because you're not supposed to strain. That's the people don't realize you're not supposed to strain when you're on the toilet. It's supposed to just come out.
What if you constipated? You have to.
That's the problem. That's what she means. Like,
Then
that means something wrong.
Yep.
Yeah. But there are just certain times you have to disconnect. When you're eating, put your phone away. When you're on the toilet, put your phone away. When you're in bed, put your phone away. Shoot, when you're watching TV, like, you don't always have to be on your phone. That's why I recommend books like Digital Minimalism by Cal Newport and From the Internet to the Internet, How to Disconnect from Your Phone and Reconnect with Your Life. Go pick those 2 books up. Read those years ago.
And we got to read a book to disconnect with the phone. And the book is on the phone.
Right.
Yes, you should be.
Right.
I can't wait till Jess come out with a book.
It's coming soon.
And everybody can be like, but don't you even like to read?
No, they not. No, they not.
All right. Well, thank you, Mimi.
All right, y'all. And really quickly, the Powerball. So I don't know if y'all know, but no one hit it yesterday. So it has climbed again to $1.7 billion. So make sure you buy those tickets if you haven't gotten them yet.
All right. Well, thank you, Mimi. We'll see you on Monday.
Okay, we'll see you Monday. That is your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me on social at Mimi Brown TV. And for more news coverage, follow the Black Information Network or download the free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold up. Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?